Knowledge for Men, episode 82.
Welcome to knowledgeformen.com, where you're going to grow into the man you want to be. Your life will never be the same again. I can guarantee it. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Everything you need to create an exceptional website. It's the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website, blog, e-commerce store, or online portfolio. For a free 14-day trial and 10% off your first purchase, go to squarespace.com and use offer code KNOWLEDGE, or simply go to squarespace.com/knowledgeformen. It's a great platform for anyone getting started or looking to switch over to something easy to use with a great design. Again, that's offer code KNOWLEDGE or squarespace.com/knowledgeformen for a free 14-day trial and 10% off. All right, guys, welcome to the show. This is Andrew Farabee, and I'm going to be doing this episode today. And it's on a very popular topic that not a lot of people want to talk about. It's something that every man does. It's something that every man hides and pretends like they don't do it as much as other people do. And it's a challenge that I had to overcome many years ago, and something that really is growing as an illness amongst men today, and that is masturbation and pornography. And so for the first time in human history, the availability of high-speed internet access has brought with it unprecedented levels of porn and masturbation use amongst young men today. We've grown up with the internet. We've grown up used to having speed and having access to anything that we want. We know how to navigate the internet so well that any woman that we see who does a pornography clip, we can go and find it and download it and have a collection, if you will. I'm sure everyone titles that collection taxes or business or untitled folder, some sort of folder that is your porn folder that you keep your collection of clips from. And so claims are made online that masturbation is healthy for you, but that's similar to saying a glass of wine a day is healthy for the heart. When you overdo it, things get out of control. Men are not aware of the negative side effects of frequent porn and masturbation, especially when combined, and as a result, they do significant damage to their lives. The point is, if you quit masturbating and porn use, you will see dramatic improvements in your physical and emotional well-being. And so before we start digging in, understand that dopamine is a chemical in the brain, a neurotransmitter specifically, that helps control the brain's pleasure center. So there's a really good TED Talk called The Great Porn Experiment. And just to summarize, if you start masturbating in your teens, when your dopamine levels are at their peak, then by age 22, by age 25, and by age 30, you can develop severe chemical imbalances in your brain. These imbalances can lead to depression, severe social anxiety, and a lack of healthy relationships, both with friends, male friends, and women. So unending novelty meaning new women, like you're watching porn, is a new clip. Sometimes you open up different tabs and you have 5 different videos going on. Sometimes you quickly fast forward through a clip. And so this is unending novelty. This increases arousal, yes, but also makes for unhealthy attitudes in real life because you condition yourself to the need of new porn, new women, and new scenes. And so that conditioning leads to a lack of satisfaction in real life. So you're always wanting something other than what you have right in front of you. You're wanting something new. You're wanting better relationships. You're wanting more. You're wanting more. You're wanting multiple women. And it's not what you currently have in front of you. So studies show that if masturbating men watch successive porn scenes with the same female, it actually takes longer and longer to reach ejaculation. Different women and different scenes leads to faster ejaculation, which is known as the Coolidge effect. So our brains aren't designed to handle so much free and easy access to the women that we desire, doing anything that we want, wearing anything we want, creating any sexual fantasy that we want. Our brain was never designed to handle this much and this level of arousal. And now we have all of that at the click of a mouse. And each of us has the ability to view and to an extent experience more women than any man could experience in his entire life, even just 100 years ago. So your brain was never designed to handle this much intense pleasure in such a short amount of time. This causes dopamine spikes that can lead to addiction. It also leads you to connect sexual gratification to being alone in isolation, with the lights off, with volume low, with your door closed, and voyeurism. So in real life sexual encounters, it may lead to performance anxiety, erectile dysfunction, and even OCD. So let's break down real sex versus masturbation, because you might be thinking, well, does this mean that I can't have sex multiple times a day? Let's jump in. So porn essentially comes to replace natural, healthy sex. And what comes with sex is more than what comes with masturbation: courtship, touching, intimacy, smells, pheromones, and emotional connection. Masturbation skips all of these in favor of quickly triggering orgasm in a more direct way. We're tribal, pair bonding creatures, and as such, our brains need close contact for good mental health throughout our lives. When we masturbate too frequently, our brains may replace these basic human needs with ever-increasing desire and more frequent orgasms without the health-giving touch that actual intercourse provides. This may modify the brain and its physiology, keeping us from feeling satisfied with actual healthy real-life relationships. According to Cyberpsychology Behavior in 2006, of all activities on the internet, porn has the most potential to become addictive. Here's why. The reward circuit drives humans towards natural rewards. Naked, beautiful women give us too much dopamine, which overrides our natural satiation mechanisms. So for the first time in human history, you're able to completely binge on fake sex. And the effect on brain chemistry is like any other drug. Excessive chronic consumption causes dopamine surges, which triggers the binge mechanism. Delta phosphate accumulates, which is the neurotransmitter, which in turn triggers cravings for more, and more. Time goes by. You look forward to it when you're driving in traffic. You look forward to it when you're at work. You look forward to it even when you're out in a social setting. You look forward to going home, putting on that video, and maybe even before you did all of this, you've been running downloads so you know that you have a pleasant gift waiting for you in the form of an MP4 file when you get home. So it's dangerously quick and easy to satisfy that craving again, and the cycle just repeats itself. So instead of turning your natural sex drive into energy that fuels you in meeting and keeping women, you satiate that desire with video and move on with your day. At least until a few hours later when the craving comes again, because it's slowly becoming an addiction. You're getting momentary gratification, and this reduces your drive and the ability to secure a long-term healthy solution. And other areas of your life are affected. You lose your confidence and drive, productivity slows down, you're less adventurous. You can push a button and have an orgasm, so you do it. It's free and it's addicting and it feels good for the time being. Instant gratification, if you will. You get back to work, you read a book, you do it again. You might even play video games, get frustrated with how the video game is going, or go back to work and get frustrated and then do it again. It's a release of stress. Or it helps you go to bed. Go out and have a few beers to look forward to coming home to a quick session and then passing out. It's depressing, isn't it? I'm suggesting that you quit masturbating for the time being and take control of your life. Stop doing this now. Masturbation and porn does more harm than good. What's worse is that women sense it too. Overall, you're less attached to them because you've been satisfied without them, and in turn, they're less attracted to you, which ultimately leads to a spiral of more masturbation and porn and more social anxiety building on top of each other, since you have less drive to pursue women in the real world. Do I have your attention right now? It's really important that you are listening to this, because what I've just said is that the more you masturbate to porn, the less likely you are to get laid and have healthy, strong relationships with women. In Philip Zimbardo's TED Talk, The Demise of Guys, Zimbardo asserts that the average boy watches 50 porn clips a week. For every movie made in Hollywood, there are 11,000 porn movies. Brains are being rewired to expect constant novelty and constant arousal, which is out of sync with the reality of real women and real relationships. In fact, the demand that men have for new porn stars cannot keep up with the supply coming out of the porn industry. This trend will only continue as long as men consume more and more pornography. This causes everyday pleasures to be less exciting than porn activity. This is the same for other addicts, but it's true for porn addicts as well. If you smoke marijuana all the time, movies seem boring if you're not high. If you smoke marijuana and love listening to music, then listening to music when you're sober just doesn't seem the same. If you go out with friends and you drink a lot and you try and do that sober, it's not the same. You're used to the drug that's giving you those dopamine spikes and making you feel good in that instant moment. Therefore, porn acts in the same way. You see, few things can cause that kind of dopamine spike that an orgasm can, and healthy activities are steadily just becoming phased out. This causes a dullness in the life of a man. There is no gusto, no drive to succeed in business, relationships, and life. Men won't be pursuing women in real life. They will go to work, they'll shoot the shit with guys, come home, eat, get online, jerk off to porn, repeat. But as long as they're doing well in business, or as long as they're doing well in school, then some reason it seems okay. So now I want to talk about porn being a sexual performance killer. So in 2011, a survey by the Italian Society of Andrology and Sexual Medicine spells it out in depressing black and white. Excessive porn kills sexual performance. It's that simple. In Psychology Today, Marnia Robinson stated that when people abstain from porn and cut way back on masturbation, their desire to connect with others surges. So does their confidence, their ability to look others in the eye, their sense of humor, their perception of their manliness, their concentration, charisma, their optimism, their judgment, their attractiveness to potential mates, and so forth and so on. Even those formerly suffering from social anxiety are more often than not emboldened to explore new avenues for social contact, smiling and joking with work, colleagues, online dating, meditation groups, night spots, and so forth. In some cases, it takes months, but often the shift is so rapid that it catches them by surprise. Without easy gratification, sex drive becomes energy expended in various parts of life. Quitting frequent porn and masturbation can dramatically improve the quality of your life, especially if it's a problem in your life that you have not yet even identified. You'll notice that you feel more energized, sharper, and focused because the biological drive that has developed to present you with an evolutionary edge is being put to use instead of squandered. Take this drive and put it towards focusing on your health, your social life, your career, and you'll find that you'll have little need for porn use anymore, since women will naturally be attracted to the great life you're living. When stuck in the endless loop of porn indulgence and easy gratification, on the other hand, forming meaningful relationships, sexual and emotional, becomes virtually impossible. Your attachment is to your addiction, nothing else. And since your addiction takes place in private, essentially a secret, you become more isolated and withdrawn socially. This leads to a further decrease in self-esteem and sociability, which makes it harder to hang out with people, and the cycle then repeats itself and years go by. I suggest quit masturbating and go on a 30-day, then 60-day, then 90-day challenge to fully experience the positive effects of no porn and frequent masturbation. You will see results within 2 weeks. Strive to make love with women to fulfill your desires instead. Have real sex, not masturbation. You will find that with all the free time, you are being more productive, social, meeting new people, attracting more women into your life, and trying new things. The key is to understand that frequent porn use and masturbation does not serve you. It only hurts you in the long run. Instead, use that sexual energy to penetrate the world. So I want to point out here is you don't become a badass just by quitting masturbation and porn. You still have to take action. If you see girls, you still need to take action and go for it. But because you have stopped masturbating, you have stopped porn use, you're going to have that gusto, you're going to have that drive behind you to push forward. It's like you're going to have that extra support to push forward in life, because it is energy depleted. It's your life source depleted when you just throw it away over a video in 10 minutes. So now enter Anthony Robbins, self-help coach and motivational speaker, and how he discusses how all human experiences can be boiled down into 4 classes, each determined by the pleasure we feel, if it serves us, if it serves others, and if it serves a greater good. Let me go through the classes real quick. And the best way to really understand these 4 class experiences is to see it on a grid, so you can really see it laid out. And so you can go to my website, knowledgeformen.com, and go to the article, Trash Your Porn, Quit Masturbating, and Crush Life. It's on the right side. I suggest you read this article and take a look at this grid. Okay, class 1 experience is it feels good. Yes. It's good for you. Yes. Is it good for others? Yes. Does it serve a greater good? Yes. So what we want to aim for in life is to really be running class 1 experiences throughout our day. This is the ultimate way of living. So now let's look at class 2 experience. Does it feel good? No. Is it good for you? Yes. Is it good for others? Yes. Serves the greater good? Yes. Okay, so it doesn't feel good for you, but it's good for yourself and everyone else. A good example of this could be working out. A class 3 experience is, does it feel good? Yes. Is it good for you? No. Is it good for others? No. Does it serve the greater good? No. This is going to be where porn and masturbation falls into place. Yeah, it does feel good. Is it good for you? No. Is it good for others? No. Doesn't help anyone. Does it serve the greater good? No. It's quite selfish. Now let's look at class 4 experience, which is just, it's no across the board. So this is the worst type of activities that you don't want to be doing. So it does not feel good. It's not good for you. It's not good for others. And it doesn't serve the greater good. So this would be like committing crime. Now, understanding that porn and masturbation use is a class 3 experience, it only feels good for yourself and it doesn't benefit anyone else, or the greater good. And so the immediate after effect transitions into a class 4 experience as you begin to feel depressed, guilty, isolated, lonely, embarrassed, and socially anxious, which prevents you from going out, building relationships, and enjoying life.
Have you ever tried to set up a website and just give up? Did you get overwhelmed? Was there just so much content available that you just put that project aside? Well, Squarespace makes it easy to quickly get a professional site up and running so you can focus on doing the things that you like doing and not coding. Squarespace is constantly improving their platform with new features, new designs, and even better support. They have beautiful designs for you to start with and all the style options you need to create a unique website for your personal taste and brand. It's incredibly easy to use, and if you need support, I know Squarespace has an amazing support team that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They even have a great support team with over 100 employees. I guess in New York City, the office has been codenamed the Care Bear Lair. And that's not it, guys. You can get started for as little as $8 a month, and this includes a free domain name if you sign up for a year. It's a great deal, and that includes hosting, you guys. Every design automatically includes a unique mobile experience that matches the overall style of your site. So your content will look great on every device every time. That's really big, guys. Mobile is the future. If you sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use offer code KNOWLEDGE or simply go to squarespace.com/knowledge for men to get 10% off your first purchase and to show support for Knowledge for Men.
You see, Tony Robbins argues that the secret is understanding the 6 basic human needs, which are certainty, number 1, it's the feeling of comfort. Number 2, uncertainty, variety, surprise. Number 3, significance, sense that we are all unique in some way. Number 4, love and contribution, sense of connection with others. And number 5, growth. Everything that is alive is either growing or dying, so we need to grow. We have a sense that we need to grow. And number 6, contribution, a need to grow beyond ourselves. Okay, so understanding these, it's impossible to meet all of these needs if you're feeling depressed, socially anxious, lazy, lonely, and all of this is coming from frequent masturbation and porn use. The effects are horrendous, and most people are completely unaware of the negative side effects of excessive porn and masturbation, which can dramatically decrease your ability to acquire the 6 basic human needs, according to Tony Robbins. Now let's look at David Deida. David Deida is an insightful sex essayist and the author of The Way of the Superior Man, who argues that the way we ejaculate typically mirrors the way we interact with the world at large. If we waste our seed, which is our life source, our energy source, we're also likely wasting our energy, skills, and creativity. As such, he advocates withholding ejaculation, or at least picking the time and situation wisely so that it's not this occurring, it's not a problem in your life where you're doing it every day or multiple times a day. And his quote is, quit masturbating and use this newfound energy and drive to fuck the world and not yourself. Taoists have traditionally been into this idea as well. Many of them link semen with vital life force, and as such, unnecessary ejaculation equates to needlessly sapping oneself of energy. So at the root of Deida's concepts is the idea that the most masculine energy comes from pent-up sexual drive. So when we allow ourselves to let that build up just a little, we see more energy and more ambition in our lives. Thus, we're crushing life. Now, the question comes where you ask, isn't masturbating healthy? I've read this online. Well, the doctor says it's good to ejaculate because it's helpful for your prostate, right? It helps flush your system, so to speak. So bacteria doesn't build up in your prostate and through the urinary system. But no doctor is going to recommend that you masturbate to porn multiple times a day and replace that normal sexual activity with it. Not at all. Masturbating to another male having sex puts you in a beta male position where you are the spectator in another man's pleasure. The psychological effects of this put you in a weak state where you place other men on a pedestal who are more superior or alpha than you are. You will see yourself as inferior to other men, which only harms your psychology. Now, that's just something that I believe. When you're watching another man get with a woman that you wish you could be that man, and it psychologically is saying that I could never get this girl, but hey, I don't mind watching you get her, and I'll just masturbate to you doing that. You should say, fuck that. You should rise up, challenge yourself, do what you need to do, improve your life, go out, take massive action, go on a 30-day challenge, do what you need to do to really start improving your skills with women so that you can be getting the women that you want in your life. Fuck watching other men get those women. You get those women, okay? You want a healthy sex life, not a healthy masturbatory life. The point is the physical effects of masturbating once a week may serve you well, okay? Yet the emotional effects can hinder your success with women and life. I am encouraging you right now to quit masturbating and porn use for now, the time being. And I want you to feel the benefits of no masturbation and no porn while you go out and attract the woman you want to be with, or crush it in business, or get the health and body you want and use this energy to drive you and propel you forward in life. Trust me, you will develop an aura of energy and confidence that will naturally attract women and others to you like no other. You will still have to approach women, you will still have to talk to women, but behind you is a powerful force of energy. Given the choice between a great social life, a healthy lifestyle, and regular sex with beautiful women that you are highly attracted to, versus masturbating alone at home, all of us are likely to choose the first option. However, we know the hard route and the easy route, and most men will take the easy route. And I say, fuck that. If you've been listening to this podcast for 8 or 9 months now, you know that this is a challenging podcast. Like, this is a you're going to take action, you're going to get results podcast. This isn't about listening and getting a little bit of motivation and then going back into your life. This is about massive change, personal transformation, and growth. Okay? So you obviously want to make and have a compelling life. So stop doing what hurts you and do more of what serves you in life. And you need to say it. You know, I will get the life I want, and just say it out loud, damn it. I will get the life that I want. Bottom line, no one's going to stop you. This is your life. How many more days, weeks, months, or even years are you going to let pass you by because you did not want to do the hard work? So now I want to go into how to quit masturbating strategy. If this is a big challenge for you, then this will make sense. If this is not really a huge challenge for you, but you find this audio still educational, still listen. So understand that it's going to be tough and that it's going to be very challenging. And honestly, some men that I've worked with have found that deleting your porn stash and quitting or dramatically reducing masturbation to be one of the hardest things they've ever done. Understand that you're not alone and that every guy is going through some sort of challenge like this, yet you have at least identified this as a problem. So the goal is to reduce the amount of masturbation to once per week and eventually to phase it out altogether and replacing it with regular sexual activity with a woman, okay? So I'm not saying you will never have an orgasm, no. I'm saying you want to have the orgasm with a woman and help her have one as well. So not exactly rocket science, jerk it less, work it more. Your body knows the difference, so stop kidding yourself. So here's a little breakdown. If you're masturbating 3+ times per day, then you're going to reduce it to 2 times per day, and you're going to do that for a week. And once you get to here, now you're going 2 per day, you're going to go to 1 per day, do that for a week. Now that you're doing 1 per day, I want you to, this is kind of the tipping point where you now go to 3 per week and then do this for 2 weeks. So you're slowly getting out of this. This isn't 1 week, you're done. I suggest you guys just slowly reduce what you're doing so that it ultimately becomes 0. Now that you're doing 3 per week, now you'll reduce to 2 per week and do this for 2 weeks. That's not too hard. Now that you're doing 2 per week, I want you to do it to 1 per week. And this will be a challenge for many men here. And now, once you're doing 1 per week, I will consider this an acceptable rate that isn't going to harm you. However, if this is a big challenge for you, then I would suggest reducing it altogether for at least 30 days, even 60 days, and 90 days. However, if you are not having any intimate relations with women, then I would suggest you do, pay attention to what doctors say and do it once per week. So I want to urge you and push you to, if you don't have sexual relations with women, if you're single and you're struggling, then I want you to push yourself so that you are engaging more women in your day-to-day life. You are following up with phone numbers. You are engaging the women on your social media that have shown interest in you, and you are taking action to what's around you and you're being present to the women around you. So again, I'm not a doctor, and this is just something that has worked for me. So don't take this as medical advice. This is just what's worked for me. So once you achieve one per week, go for one every 2 weeks, and you will start to see powerful results. So from this point, you'll want to phase out masturbation porn altogether, as you have the energy, drive, and confidence to attract a woman and engage in a healthy sexual activity and relationship. Okay, so porn. It's very simple. The goal is to only watch one scene. Okay, one scene. So one clip to control your dopamine spikes. This isn't exciting, and this is actually boring, but it prevents you from becoming addicted. So this is like taking one shot of whiskey versus 10 shots. You're not gonna become an alcoholic if you're just taking one shot and you're doing this once a week. Okay, so you want to make porn boring to the point where you would rather go out and do something fun, social, and active, or better yet, engage and have real sex with women that you're attracted to. So here's some testimonials of people that have gone through challenges like this. Okay, here's one. I've been to psychologists for the last 8 years, diagnosed with depression, social anxiety, memory impairment. He's tried Effecto, Xanax, Patel, and many other different drugs and antidepressants. He's actually dropped out of college twice, been fired twice, most women break up with him, been a porn addict since the age of 14. He's in his late 20s now. Okay, so here's what he says. Quitting porn, and now he's off all medication, and his anxiety is almost non-existent. His memory and focus are sharper than ever. He says that he's a huge chick magnet, and his erectile dysfunction is gone too. He says that he thinks he's had a rebirth, and that he's had a second chance at life. And right now he's on his 109th day of streak of no porn and masturbation. And he feels happy, confident, social smart, and capable of meeting any challenges. So that's very powerful. All right, here's another one. I decided to try out a 90-day period of not wanking it at all. Right now I'm on day 33, and the results are far beyond what I ever expected. Things have been happening that never happened to me before. There is just a very huge difference in my life. As soon as my eyes meet a girl, I get this huge, I want to have sex right now vibe from her. I feel like I am God at this point. Okay. So he has an incredible amount of free time that he's freed up. And so I've spent it starting a new business, getting things done, and no longer procrastinating on things I want in my life. Okay. When I feel the urge to beat my meat, I take that as a cue to go get something done and move away from my computer. This is on a forum. He just has a username. The moral of the story: if you want a real adult life, don't masturbate and watch porn. Face your instincts and deeper feelings that you've been ignoring since puberty. They're like a double-edged sword. It can really hurt you, but you will learn to use it if you decide to accept the challenge and strive towards a real life. This guy put his name, Harry Palmer. Increasing your testosterone can have powerful cognitive and and physiological effects. It can enhance your tolerance for stress, helps alleviate fatigue, has mood brightening effects, and improves body composition especially when I work out. So signs and symptoms of high testosterone levels. So he's saying here that if you're not masturbating a lot, if you're not doing this excessively, then this will increase your testosterone to its normal place, which will increase your well-being, confidence, energy, motivation, sex drive, concentration, strength and muscle mass, and body fat reduction. And you'll have a higher metabolic rate. And this gentleman's name is Maskudu. Another quote: I've been motivated as hell to get my life on track and beyond. All of a sudden, everything is a goal, not an obstacle. On a side note, short-term and long-term memory is improved. Finally understand what it feels like to be a man who has a hunger for achievement in life. There's really no way to explain the feeling except that it's a primal desire, a horniness for success. And I was on Reddit, which is a popular social forum, and I found this gentleman said this: achieving goals, no matter how small, feels awesome. It's a great little boost to get along the way. This whole thing here was from a Reddit user. So just final thoughts. Using porn to achieve sexual gratification is ultimately a shortcut. The body wants sex, and so you stimulate it to quench your craving. It's called a cop-out. We're not about shortcuts and cop-outs here. We're about healthy, permanent solutions to the things holding you back in life. Men need to go out and meet people, socialize, work out, eat healthy, take care of themselves. Crush it in your personal and professional lives. This is what I want for you guys. So these are the things that will attract women to you. And a woman will satisfy you more fully than your own hand every night of the week. The benefits of no porn or masturbation overwhelmingly outweigh the short-term gains of a quick masturbation session. You'll have more energy, more drive, and more sexual stamina, more motivation, and an overall sense of well-being. The other option increases isolation, loneliness, and lack of self-worth. So no more excuses and no more shortcuts. Start the plan today, quit masturbating and porn, and be amazed at the results. Once you arrive, you will never turn back. I can guarantee it. A new life awaits you. Okay, and so the challenge item, aside from just quitting masturbation and porn, is for you right now, is to go to your computer and delete all porn on your computer. I know you have a folder, delete it right now, and also empty the trash. Okay, that needs to be done. Get it done. It's hard, it's emotional, you have a relationship with that folder, delete it, get it done. Trust me, it's not helping you, it's not serving you. The goals, the dreams, the vision that you have, it is not gonna prevent you entirely from having that, but it is a hindrance. And anything that's a hindrance to the life that you want should be removed. You wanna remove what's not helping you and start doing more of what helps you. So delete the folder and make a plan today that you're gonna reduce, if not just eliminate all porn and masturbation, and start building towards a healthy sex life and building the life that you want. Okay, do this. And if you need a partner, if you have a friend that's interested in doing something like this, then share this episode with a friend and do this challenge together, and go out together, talk to girls together, and have fun together, and build the life that you want together. All right, until next time, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Knowledge for Men podcast show. It's been a pleasure having you be a part of a thriving community of men who want to crush it in all aspects of life. I'm on a mission here to inspire millions of guys, and with your help, we're going to make a dent in the universe. Check out knowledgeformen.com for a ton of free content that's designed to help you live a remarkable life. Again, that's knowledgeformen.com. I hope to see you there. And always remember, 2014 is the official year of the crush, where we take action to get the life we've always dreamed of. This is your host, Andrew Farabee, and until next time, let's do it.